All right. What is going on, everybody? What is going on, 27 Squad? Welcome back in to another edition, another episode of the Young Guns podcast, episode 63. We're going to be covering the week one matchup versus the Denver Broncos, and we talk about other football stuff as well. What's going on, Jaden the Champ? What's going on, Edward Champ? What's going on, Big Play Slay? Everybody in the building. Yvette, what happened? I don't know what happened. You tell me what happened. Well, we got a special guest here. We had to have him on the channel in a quite a bit. I think 3 or 4 months now. Digge546 is in the building. What's going on, man?
What's going on, guys? Yeah, I've definitely been trying to get on here. Every time it seemed like I was busy, but finally I'm here. And I'm glad to finally be here, like just in the nick of time to talk about week one. So,
Yeah, man, for sure. Football is finally here, man. Finally here. Kush, what's up, bro?
What's up, man? How's everybody doing? Uh, so what was the question?
I said, what's up, dude?
What's up, man? I'm good. How are you?
exactly.
I'm a little confused.
This man zoned out.
Yeah, nah. I will say, just because this comment caught my eye too. See Bands out here, Bradley. He's like, did we see Joker's interview? I didn't get to see it, but I really wanted to see it.
His
I heard
interviews
were
are
talking
really
about it.
entertaining, man.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
it
Like
was
his
pretty funny.
interviews.
He's a joker, bro. He's a joker, bro. You know what I'm saying? C Bears never stay lacking. What's going on? Big place like KB. What's up? King Justin in the building. What's going on? So yeah, guys, we got this is pretty much our primer episode before we see the New York Giants play. Of course, we're going to be covering all things Denver Broncos and New York Giants right now to try to get a glimpse and speculate as much as we can about this matchup. But of course, there were some news that got out, I guess, recently with the official depth chart or whatever. Not too many surprises on there besides, I would have to say, Nate Solder starting over Matt Parrott. I don't know if there was any surprises to you guys, but I'm going to start off with Diggy first. I mean, what do you think about this depth chart? What is it, stuff that you like, stuff that you don't like? Give me your thoughts.
Looking at the depth chart, nothing really surprised me. I've seen Matt Parrott and heard Matt Parrott pretty much struggling this entire offseason. I know they were going to give him every chance to win the job. So with him not winning this job, I mean, again, I think Nate Solder is the best option at right tackle right now. But it kind of speaks to if Matt Parrott didn't win this job over pretty much Solder's contract is a lot different, but he's pretty much at the level of a journeyman at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So if he can't beat out Nate Solder at this point, it shows that he's really not ready to be a starter at this point. So that's kind of really concerning. I don't think at this point we can go another year without, like ignoring tackles.
Right.
Because of basically what happened this past year. I'm hoping that maybe Matt Parrott maybe like over maybe by the middle of October, end of October, maybe he like continues to develop and gets better at that point. But if he's not able to really take hold of that position by the end of this year, I think he's going to at least be a depth player for us going forward, and it's going to be really hard for him to get back to that starting spot.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, man. I'm a huge Matt Parrott guy. You guys know I'm a huge Matt Parrott guy, but there's only so much I can do to defend somebody that's just not putting it out on the field. And of course, we haven't had a big enough sample size of Matt Parrott to really defend him anyway. I'm pretty much just going over what I saw, the limited play I saw last year, and of course his college tape. So that's not too much to really defend there. Mr. Invincible is a guy I haven't seen in a very long time. That's our resident Patriots fan over there, but he's cool. He's a cool Patriots fan. So what's going on, Mr. Invincible? And Kush, what are your thoughts about the roster or the depth chart rather?
So I guess referring specifically to the Matt Parrott, Nate Solder stuff. I was surprised, but I don't know if surprised is the right word to use because I wasn't expecting it. But I am at the same time, Nate Solder starting isn't something that was an idea that's like way out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Especially because the very night before when we had Paul Latino on, he was telling us, he literally said, "Hey guys, don't be surprised if Matt Parrott isn't starting because he hasn't shown anything to really guarantee himself a starting spot." From what him and the other guys that are actually watching training camp firsthand and preseason and all that, he didn't really do anything to guarantee that spot. And it was an idea thrown around by a lot of Giants fans throughout the offseason. So it was something I've, definitely been circulating in my head for a while. But then after Paul said it, I was like, wow, that's something I'm going to take a lot more seriously. And so when it happened, my general reaction was like, all right, then he's not ready to start. That's where we're at right now. We're Matt Peart. He's not ready to start. Personally, I'm not worried per se with him because we knew he was going to be a project player coming in. And I can't think of any project tackle that was ready to start by their second year, because that's what makes them a project in the first place. It's not like he's going to develop. You know what? And this is where I'm iffy with my own stuff and my own take, because part of me wants to say, as a project guy, I don't think I should hold him to the same standard of development as a normal guy. But the other part of me is just like, well, why shouldn't I? It's a very on the fence situation for me. But because I knew he was going to be developmental, because I knew he was going to be a project, I'm like, I'm going to give him 3 years to see if he could get to that starting level. If he can't get to it next year, and he might not be given a chance, which I wouldn't be mad at. Say if we go in and we draft a tackle that could start, we'll see what happens, man.
I mean, I think I'm really concerned about the Giants taking a project tackle in the third round, because on teams that you've seen project tackles work, what's common? You have 2 tackles who are starters. Maybe both of them are veterans. Maybe you think that one of those tackles is going to retire in 2 to 3 years. We don't have any established tackles on this roster besides maybe Nate Solder. We're not comfortable in Nate Solder. So even if Matt Peart in 2 years is ready to be a starter, by that time, we have to have brought in a starting level tackle. And I doubt that they're going to be a journeyman. So maybe we go out and get a veteran next year to say that like he's going to play 1 year and retire. But I just think at this point, it's a really bad situation, because taking a developmental tackle as high as the third round without a clear plan of how he's going to develop and start, I think that Matt Peart his development was supposed to be develop as a rookie and then start in his second year. I think that's what they meant by development. Mm-hmm. I just don't see any plan in where you can develop a tackle for 3 to 4 years to be a starter and not have a starter that you feel good about at the right tackle spot. Now, if Nate Solder comes out and he plays like a really good starter and he does it for the next 2 years, then Matt Peart has
he's gone.
Yeah, I completely agree. And like I said, but one thing that I do like here is that the Giants aren't afraid of starting guys with veteran talent over a guy that has developmental value or whatever, because that with Shane Lemieux there and Nick Gates or whatever, and then Matt Peart as well, we were kind of scared that this team was kind of prioritizing youth over and potential over actual, who's the best 5 guys on the offensive line. So that's definitely something I had an issue with too. I mean, I thought, with Dave Gettleman not addressing the offensive line in this past draft, I'm thinking, well, I don't really like the idea. I like the confidence. I don't really like the idea though of, Dave Gettleman and New York Giants pretty much saying, we're going to go with these young guys and see, they have potential. Let's see what we can do. I like the fact that Nate Solder, flat out won the job. He's the better tackle. I don't like the fact that Matt Peart didn't win the job, because I thought by now he would have developed into that tackle, we thought he would be. But yeah. I do like that. I mean, the positive I can get out of this is I do like the Giants, trying to prioritize, instead of youth, actually who's the better tackle there. But yeah, I mean, we'll see when it comes to Nate Solder. He's his first time getting to
it's
play
been what,
right
600 days since he's played
football?
But since he's played right tackle, I think last time he played right tackle was in the Super Bowl in 2011.
Wow.
So his rookie year.
Was he a rookie that year?
I think he was either a rookie or second year. He was drafted either 2010, 2011, I remember.
Yeah, but I know that's the last time he played right tackle for like an entire game.
So it's been a long while. Let's see how he adjusts to it. I mean, he did play right tackle in preseason. I guess he did just fine there. So we'll see what happens. As far as the rest of the depth chart, is there anything that you guys really noticed that kind of shocked you? I mean, I don't think anything really shocked anybody. You guys have anything?
Well, I guess nothing before. Really... Oh yeah, go ahead, Diggy.
I was just gonna say nothing really shocked me. The only thing that's kind of annoying to me is that we brought back Nate Ebner. and we still
God.
have Cullen
Why?
Gillespie.
Can somebody actually explain why we
How
brought
the
that person
hell?
there?
How the
He's
hell?
the personal protector on the punt team, and he's Joe Judge's best friend, basically. And the thing is, I thought that once we brought him back, we would get rid of the second fullback on our team.
Right.
But now we're just going to roll in 2021 with 2 fullbacks because the second one can play special teams.
So who did we cut? Who did we cut to bring
CJ
him on?
Board.
We cut
What?
we cut CJ Board.
Yeah. To bring Nate Ebner back, we cut CJ Board.
So no practice squad for CJ Board.
So
I don't quote me on this. I think he might have been put back on the practice squad, but I know to bring Ebner back, they cut CJ Board.
Oh my God.
CJ Board plays all 4 special teams, and he's a better receiver than Nate Ebner is a safety by far.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
I don't even know.
You already know I'm a CJ Board fan, man. Ever since FanFest,
I like CJ Board.
Bro, ever since FanFest, we're like, if I could say one player that stuck out to me at FanFest, it was CJ Board. In the return game, in the receiving game, everything.
Yeah, returning the ball, he's been doing just fine. Like I said, of course we don't want this situation to happen, but in CJ Board's case, if Adoree and Kadarius Toney cannot return, and there'll be dynamic returners, I mean, who are we gonna do it? Jabril Peppers again? Like, he wasn't dynamic at returning,
currently Jabril is listed as the starter's punt returning.
One thing that I'll say though is Jabril Peppers, he wasn't dynamic, but the dude consistently got over 10 yards in the punt return game, which is really, really good.
I just really liked CJ Board returning. I know it was just a preseason, I know it was just FanFest stuff like that, but I really like what I saw from CJ Board filling in, that he's not even the starting kick returner. He's doing really well at that. I mean, I liked what I saw from there. Showed a lot of burst, showed a lot of speed and vision out there on special teams. But I mean, that being said, I mean, I'm going into this game pretty confidently. Of course, there are a lot of things that concern me most.
So real quick, just because the question, this is a tweet from yesterday, September 7th. Terminate the contract of CJ Board, who was on active roster, and he is now signed to the practice squad.
Yeah, but
and that was to bring on.
You know what it is?
He'll be back.
You know what it was? We had 7 receivers anyway, so it's like, I guess just now we have 6.
What are they going to do? What are they going to do when John Ross comes back? CJ Board's going back to the practice squad, I'm guessing. I mean,
or whoever they view at the time as that 7th receiver is going to go down.
My thing is this: even more than Nate Ebner, I just really have an issue that Cullen Gillespie is taking up a roster spot. Like,
that's what I'm saying, dude. Eli Penny already plays special teams.
Exactly. Eli Penny is a good special teamer, and they're saying they come with this whole propaganda of these guys are football players. I'm like, everybody on the field is a football player. First of all,
yeah, right. That's the cookie cutter stuff they say. This guy, he's a player.
He's a real football player.
He's a player. This guy
right here.
This guy's always in the film room.
Yo, I got you. This guy Saquon, he runs with the ball.
They're like some guys are running backs, some guys are quarterbacks, but Cullen Gillespie is a football player. But I'm like, first of all, when did he flash in the preseason?
I didn't even know. I forgot he was even on the roster, dude. Never even saw him, even on special teams.
He barely played. And just like Talking Giants, Bobby Skinner keeps saying, name your favorite Gary Brightwell special teams play. I bet you can. In college, and the NFL, name your favorite Gary Brightwell special teams play. But Cullen Gillespie, I just don't think we should be keeping 2 fullbacks. That's what he is. Until I see them do something the way that we've made these moves this offseason, and I'm not going to say this is a disaster scenario, but the way that we've made some of these moves at the bottom of the roster, our special teams better be top 3 in the league.
I was about to say,
is it
unfair?
Coach were talking about. Yeah.
No, not top 3. Is it unfair for me to say this better be the number 1 special teams unit in the league, bro?
Just the amount
of moves that were just based on guys who could play special teams is astounding.
We devoted a lot to the special teams that are taking up a lot of spots on this roster. Like you said, 2 fullbacks over keeping a guy like Corey Clement. I know people have their reserved thoughts about Corey Clement, but if we're talking about straight up who
I mean, I don't think you're going to find anybody that thinks that Gary Brightwell is a better player. I mean, first of all, Corey Clement plays special teams too. So I don't think you're going to find anybody that thinks that Gary Brightwell is a better player than Corey Clement. And Gary Brightwell fumbled a lot in college. So it was just seeming like Corey Clement never had a shot at this roster, to be honest.
Right? What else did he have to do? He was pretty much the best running back in camp. Besides, Saquon's not playing. Saquon's not practicing. So, I mean, even Devontae Booker with his decent contract wasn't looking as good as Corey Clement was. And so, I mean, that was something that jumped out at me, especially when when the first cuts came by. That we kept 2 fullbacks over a running back. I'm thinking, oh, okay, maybe we'll bring Clement back with some. They're trying to flip something
Wait, real
around.
quick, I do want to say,
Yeah.
yo, don't be blocking Bobby Murphy's message, bro. He's an Eagles fan. He do be talking his trash,
Yeah,
but
let
like
him
he's
blocked
cool
Bobby?
with everybody.
Who blocked Bobby?
I can't tell because I'm
Oh.
I'm not the It's not on my channel, so if it was, I
Oh,
could be
okay,
able to
okay.
tell. You'd have to check
Oh,
and see.
yeah,
But
I'll
I just saw that
understand.
his message got blocked.
Guys,
But
don't
also, I
block
wanted
Bobby. I'm sorry, Bobby. We love you, man.
yeah, I wanted to ask you all too because I don't think I've gotten either one of your opinions on this. Was it a surprise when you saw Odenigbo get cut? Because I expected him to get cut after like the first preseason game.
Yeah, we talked about it with Justin Pennick, and he kind of made me think about it because I wasn't even thinking about it, and he was like, "Don't be surprised if Odenigbo gets cut." I said, "Really?" I'm like, he's like, "Look at what Trent Harris is doing, and Trent Harris is taking his snaps." I'm like, "You're right," but then guess what? We get rid of Trent Harris too.
Well, he's on the practice
He's
squad.
on the
so,
practice squad, but
yeah.
then we get Quincy Roche, and I mean, I like
Yeah.
Quincy Roche, but I felt like
Yeah, it
Trent
was
Harris
like they
deserved
did not think that Quincy Roche will be available. So they're like, we got
Right.
Trent Harris and we feel good about it. And then Quincy Roche is on the market, so they're like, yeah, you got to go.
I mean, let me ask you this: who would you rather between the two be on the roster and be on the practice squad?
Between
Roche
Harris
and Harris,
and-
right? So if you could switch the position, would you, or would you keep it as it is right now?
I would keep it this way because, first of all, Roche got drafted. And a lot of us, I mean, we're not NFL GMs and stuff, but the perception of Roche is that he's a player with a lot of potential.
I
and
think,
he played at a
don't
big
quote me
school.
on this. All three of us might have said he's a guy we could look at in the third round, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I loved Quincy Roche.
Yeah, I said that. I said that definitely. And then the thing on top of that is that we don't even have to think about this because Trent Harris obviously cleared waivers or he wouldn't be on our practice squad. So I think we made the right move.
Now, is it still a thing? I could be outdated with this. Is it still a thing that teams can sign other players from different practice squads? That's still a thing?
No, they can't. Well, no, what they can do, they have to sign them to their active roster first off.
Right.
And we can protect because of COVID, I think up to like 6 players. I might be wrong on the number.
I was about to say, yeah, we have
protect.
a thing now with protecting players. Is that like
We can
similar to like how
protect-
expansion draft works?
Yeah. You can basically protect a certain number of players that like no one can do anything with them. But if you call up those protected players twice, or any player from your practice squad twice, you have to sign them at that point. You can't send them back to the practice squad.
Gotcha. Joseph Bobby in the building. What's going on? Mark Stewart in the building said, "What's up, G family? What's going on, bro?" Levance, Logan, I saw you guys show up as well. Frankie G, what's going on? I don't think I forgot about you guys. But yeah, I mean, just to finish off that fullback thing, because I still can't wrap my head around it at this point in the season. At this point, like we're heading into week 1 with 2 fullbacks on the roster. I mean, what team does that? I've never heard a team do that in my life.
Yeah.
Even like pistol read option teams like the 49ers when they had Kaepernick or Lamar Jackson's Ravens. I mean, I never seen a team carry 2 fullbacks, but is what it is. Moving on to the week 1. How are you guys feeling about this game? A lot of people have different thoughts about it. Some people think we're going to get stomped. Some people think we're going to blow the Denver Broncos out. Some people think it's a good matchup. I think it's a really good matchup between 2 very similar teams. I mean, Kush, what do you think about this matchup, man?
So I made my preview video today. It's currently out for members. I know, for example, like Logan and Lucas are 2 members that are in the chat right now. My preview video is funny. I opened up and I recorded it twice. The first time I recorded it is completely different. Like my outlook on the game, what I predicted is completely different from the second time around that I recorded.
It'd be like that, bro. It'd be like that.
Because when I recorded the first time and I started editing, I started pulling, pictures of stats and whatnot. I'm like, this don't sound right, bro. Hold up. I deleted everything and then I went back and I re-recorded and I felt much more comfortable with my second thing, which my take basically was, it's going to be a close game. I think that it's going to be a bit low scoring, not too low. I don't think it's going to be like 13-10 or something like that. No, never that. But I do think it's going to be low scoring in the sense that last night when I had the call-in show, a bunch of people came on and said we're beating the Broncos 35-7. And I'm like, I don't think that's happening either. I would love for that to happen, but I don't think it's going to happen. but we're really evenly matched. I think we're
Mhm.
more evenly matched than people give the Broncos credit for. You can go position by position. You know, you want to say quarterback. I think we're evenly matched. I would give the edge to Teddy Bridgewater at this point. I'll be
As
interested to
far as
see if you
knowing
guys
what
don't.
you're going to get.
Yeah, as
As
far as
far
knowing
as
what I'm gonna get, exactly. So I'd give the. I know that Teddy is gonna. You take care of the football. He's gonna be a game manager. Maybe once a game he'll really toss it down there. If Cortland Sutton is open or something, we'll see. But I know
Mhm.
what I'm getting out of him. Obviously, running back we're better. Tight end, I think Noah Fant is the best tight end that's gonna be on the field. But I think we have better depth because we have two #1 tight ends in Kyle Rudolph and Evan Ingram.
We
Wide
don't even know
receivers,
but we don't know if
yeah.
Ingram's playing. I don't think he's playing.
That's a great thing you brought up as well. We don't even know what the injury report is yet for either team, by the way. Bradley Chubb is still up in the air whether or not he's going to play. I'm 99.9% sure that Von Miller is going to play. Like, we just got to run the ball down the throat, basically, was the game plan going to be. And I think we can do it because we're a good run blocking offensive line. If we could just run the ball down their throat, I have confidence in our defense. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, before I let Diggy talk, I mean, this whole Bradley Chubb situation going on, I've been
So
really focused.
convenient.
I've been really
Diggy, did you do that, bro?
What the? What's
He
so
probably
convenient?
punctured his tires or something, bro.
I
Dude,
called
I
Bill
mean,
Belichick for some advice.
Oh,
I mean,
heard
this
you.
whole Bradley Chubb situation going around. I've been trying to see what's going on with it. I know a lot of people like to be the nice guy and say, "Man, I just want the best guys in the field. I want us to." No, I don't want Bradley Chubb to play. I don't give a damn. All right, I don't give a damn. I'm be straight up with you guys. Of course, I want my team to get the best competition they can get to. Iron sharpens iron. Not week one. Screw you
Exactly,
guys.
not week
I
one.
don't give a damn. Everybody's like, I hope Von Miller and Bradley Chubb play. Like, stop it. Stop
I
it.
hope
No.
they're healthy, and I hope they play their best
Like,
game
why
ever
would you
in
Right,
the
hope
right.
that? No.
You're right.
Let Bradley
Because
Chubb stay out, bro. Keep that man
what's
away
funny?
from the
You know what's
field.
funny? I know it's different when it's coming from a coach, but I heard Joe Judge's comments like he was doing a presser today, and he was talking about Bradley Chubb. He was like, oh yeah, I hope Bradley Chubb. Oh no, Von Miller. Him coming back on the field and Bradley Chubb. I just want to see the best guys play up against our guys because that's you see who's better. All that stuff. I'm like, Joe Judge, shut the hell up. You are praying Bradley Chubb doesn't play and Von Miller doesn't play, man. Come on, bro. Let's be real here. You always don't. You don't want that trouble. Even if you have a good offensive line, I don't think you want Bradley Chubb and Von Miller going up
You
against you.
never want them out there.
Oh God! But Diggy, what do you think about this matchup, man?
I actually just did my work on them today, and I actually recorded my video. I'm probably gonna put it out tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a film session. Sounds like I'm just trying to plug everything, but I'm just trying to give
Wait,
some context.
before you continue, the Game Pass give
No,
our rights
no,
back?
I've been just
This
doing
man
it
said,
anyway.
did
I
Game
could.
Pass give us our
They give
rights
our,
back?
yeah, our lives
Exactly.
back. They get like film was my life, bro, and it's gone.
Our rights as American citizens. Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, basically, I said I did a film session to basically tell people Von Miller is the same Von Miller. He's not washed. I've gotten a whole bunch of comments saying that Von Miller is washed, and he does not look washed at all. So,
Right.
both of them are
What
a
are they
serious
saying this
problem.
off, bro? What are they basing their things off of when
Just
they say
because
he's
he's
off?
old.
He's old.
Just because he's old.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's coming off an injury.
I also had a graphic I posted today on Twitter where it showed with both of them on the field, they're basically like unstoppable on a defense as a defense. With one of them on the field, they're pretty average. Now they also added to their secondary. They're going to have Kyle Fuller, Surtain, Darby, Callahan, Justin Simmons at safety. They have their defense is no joke. And
Justin Simmons is probably like, he's so legit, bro. He's one of the best safeties in the league.
Right.
Exactly. And they're literally one of the teams that can actually make an argument for being a better secondary than the Giants. So as confident as we feel about our secondary, they can feel just as confident, and they're going against a quarterback that's going to take more chances than what Teddy Bridgewater is going to do.
Very true, Frankie. Very, very true. They'll be the first ones in the basement.
Exactly.
I'll say this in addition to the secondary thing. Damn it, I don't want to say too much of what I said in my preview video, but I'm gonna have to just because I also said in there, yeah, their secondary is That it's one of the only times you could correctly use the term like vaunted. Oh, there's a vaunted fear, like a secondary you should be, have fear for. I'm like, yeah, I agree, especially if Vaughn does come back. Like the pass rush is gonna make their coverage even easier and better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the one point I did make was the specific guys they have. The Giants, I don't think the Giants wide receivers should be scared of. Kenny Galladay consistently killed Kyle Fuller when they
That's a
the
good
Lions
point.
would play the Bears.
That's a good point.
Consistently killed
Yeah.
Kyle Fuller. That's who I would say their number one corner is. Ronald Darby, we've consistently killed Ronald Darby when he was with the Eagles and with Washington. All right, and then the only guy that we don't know anything about will be Pat Surtain.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna
then
match
my
him up against
argument,
Kenny. So
my argument for that is that something I actually brought up in my video is that
Mhm.
Surtain is a rookie.
Mhm.
So have we ever seen any one of these rookie corners
in
that
game
didn't
one,
make mistakes? I
Yeah.
mean, that didn't make any mistakes. Like
Right.
Ramsey made mistakes, Revis
Mhm.
made mistakes. Every one of these young corners make mistakes. And then when you look at their interior defensive line, there's not much. I mean, you got Shelby Harris, he's decent, but other than that, there's really nothing that you're scared of. So that's what we
They
have to
suck
attack them.
stopping the run.
You're
They
Yeah.
suck.
Exactly.
Let me give you the name of their nose tackle right now. That is Mike Purcell.
Purcell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Purcell.
Who the hell is Mike Purcell? Nobody knows. See, so we're gonna be able to run. Nick Gates gonna have a field day, hopefully. But going back to last year, this is not just speculation. Going back to last year, they were having a lot of trouble stopping the run from the interior. Now, granted, they didn't have too much pressure coming from the edges because Von Miller and Bradley Chubb were out. But that doesn't even matter. I mean, their interior, their defensive line is not good. The Giants are going to try to find a way to run the ball, which is kind of a predicament for us just because we're trying. I don't think we're just going to unleash Saquon Barkley from the get-go. So we're probably going to see a lot of Devontae Booker come Sunday, but we'll see what happens. And hopefully, Saquon does what he does and gets at least 10 carries and 100 yards like he usually does in the beginning of these years. Every time.
All we need is 2 big plays from Saquon.
Right.
And then a couple of big plays from everybody else. But basically, my point is we have to win at the line of scrimmage. The thing is, we had that same game plan like last year before the Steelers. Everybody said we have to pound the rock. We have to get Saquon involved. We tried to do that early and often, and guess what? Saquon had like 1 yard. Right. So the Steelers actually had an elite interior defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
This time we can actually do that. And I think this is the perfect game for Saquon to be limited in because Devontae Booker.
Were you thinking of Dwayne Harris or something?
I think there is a Devontae Harris in some sport.
It sounds familiar. I don't know why.
But Devontae Booker is really good at running in between the tackles. And I think he's the perfect guy to set the tone and be that guy that mm-hmm. throws the body shots. Other than that, they have a ton of receivers that could make some plays. But I feel confident in our secondary. So I think it's just about – I agree a lot with what Paul Dottino said a couple of days ago on Young Guns, which is just play within the game. Don't try to take any extra chances because if you blitz and someone's left wide open, Bridgewater is going to hit him every single time.
Oh,
but if you just play and make him – exactly. If you just make them drive the length of the field, it's going to be a lot harder to do than if you basically hand them points. Mm-hmm. So I think we can win the game pretty much. I gave a roundabout answer, but I think if we can just establish the line on the offense and just make them have to drive the length of the field on defense, we should be able to win this game. I don't see it being a blowout, just like Kush said, but we have a shot.
Yeah, we definitely have a shot. And, we talked about the secondary and how good they could be. And Kush kind of said, we've the guys on our team
for our
have
personnel
dominated.
that we have, I don't think we should necessarily get scared.
On top of that, one player that they do have to keep notice of, some guy that I don't think is going to dominate the secondary or dominate the defense, but be a nuisance, is Kadarius Toney. We talked about, Joe Judge talked about him possibly having a significant role on Sunday. We don't really know what that means. We don't know if it's backfield plays. We don't know if he's going to be, the primary slot receiver or anything like that. We don't know what that means yet.
But I think he might have meant return.
Right. Oh, maybe on return. But if he is used consistently on offense, that's just another guy that they have to kind of game plan for, because obviously he's a rookie. You don't really have any film on him, and you don't really know how he's going to play into this offense. But you look at all the matches we had. Kenny Golladay matched up on Kyle Fuller.
Listen,
If that's
Kyle
a
Fuller is
possibility.
his son, bro.
Right, exactly.
Right?
And then Pat Surtain are probably on Darius Slayton, and then you're gonna have Sterling Shepard. Yeah,
That's easy money.
Right, I know. He could just run down the field. And Sterling Shepard matched up on what? Bryce
Ronald
Callahan.
Darby.
Oh, who's going to be starting? Bryce Callahan or Ronald Darby?
I think it'll be Callahan.
You think
Callahan?
Probably.
Because Callahan was a really good slot corner last year.
Yeah, I think Callahan.
So you got them. I guess Kadarius Toney is going to be matched up with Ronald Darby. They're both really fast. We'll see how that winds up. But I like our chances. I do. Although I really respect their secondary, I do like our chances. So take that for what it is.
He said no risk it, no biscuit. If we go in there with that mentality, that's how we can get blown out.
That's how you lose. That's how, especially week one. That's how
you start throwing pick sixes and getting blown out by teams that shouldn't blow you out.
I'll tell you what, if you get demoralized the first week of the season, you'll be demoralized the whole rest of the season. There's no way you can come back. I'll say this.
So shout out to Lucas. He let us know Devontae Harris is actually a cornerback. That's where we.
He actually used to play for the Broncos. That's why.
Really.
Yeah. And Booker used to play for the Broncos too.
Drafted by the Broncos.
Yeah, and then I agree. I kind of agree with Authentic. If he's fully healthy, give it to Golladay. Not only because he owns Kyle Fuller, but I think Golladay would be better than any corner that the Broncos have.
There's no corner that can cover Kenny Golladay one-on-one.
Exactly.
With the ball in the air.
And listen, he is the best. I mean, I guess statistically speaking, I don't know how you can really measure that statistically, but he is most known as the best 50-50 ball guy in the NFL right now as far as contested catches goes. I mean, Kenny Golladay is a beast. So that he has to do what he was brought here to do, and that's be the 50-50 ball guy, be that safety blanket for Daniel Jones. When in doubt, just freaking throw it out. I mean, not saying take a risk, but if you see Kenny Golladay somewhat looks open,
bro, if he's somewhat open, if he's one-on-one, just give it to him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So if he's streaming down the sideline even with a guy just barely trailing him, you got to throw it up and give the guy a chance.
And that's another thing too, because shameless plug. I released the hype video today for the Giants. I made it like today and yesterday, and obviously I had to go through highlights. I was going through Kenny Golladay highlights, and I was like, I never realized how much he actually gets separation as well. Like, you just know him as a 50-50 contested catch guy, but there's like so many plays in the videos I went through where he's getting legit separation and just running away from back. So I'm like,
he takes
God
long,
damn, I
long
hope this man is healthy, bro.
He takes
and that's
long
the
strides.
Crazy thing, like there was a ton of misinformation that he couldn't get separation. I'm like, people just say.
Well, you know why people that's pretty much the stigma of contested ball catch. They think the reason why someone has to make their money being a really contested catch guy is because he can't get separation. You look at Des Bryant, that's pretty much his whole thing, his whole career was he wasn't fast enough to get separation. He was just a 50-50 ball guy. But
can you highlight
better than that?
Can you highlight Authentic's comment where he said dude is deceiving with his cuts? Because he was talking.
It should be like
either way. I saw Authentic talking about this on Authentic in the Beard.
Oh, there he is.
Kenny Golladay basically runs routes. From what I've learned, studying all these people, he runs routes similar to Devontae Smith, where you'll see like a Jerry Jeudy. He'll get you a rocker step at the top of every route. He's going to do a rocker step, which is basically like a Euro step at the top of every route. It's going to be flashy, a lot of misdirection, which is like where they say like this dude is the best route runner because he looks the best running routes. But you'll see Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle,
the round routers. I call them round routers. The guy that kind of rounds out their routes. You talking about?
No, but they don't even round it out. They just shift. There's not like a hesitation. There's not like a move at the top of their route.
They keep
just
their
shift.
Speed. Yeah,
exactly. And like that's how Devontae Smith was so open all year last year because he just was full speed. Him and Waddle full speed, just cutting, just moving in and out of routes. And Kenny Golladay does that too. And that's how like Golladay sticks his foot in the ground and just goes full speed. and it's just like he just got shot out of a rocket ship. That's how a lot of times he can go up and get those
Yo, listen,
contested.
yo, Joseph. I know your godfather and whatnot, bro, but that's only in the sense of the movie.
I'm pretty sure I birthed. I helped birth Bobby. I'm pretty sure I'm his father. But yeah, you're completely right, Diggy. One thing, and I didn't quite do too much film on Kenny Galladay because I already knew pretty much what he was to really identify him at running routes like that.
Yeah.
But I did watch a lot of Devontae Smith this year, and you're exactly right. He keeps his speed throughout this entire route because that they don't make that deep cut in that can slow you down. So like on a dig route, for example, on a dig route, you just like you make that 90-degree cut, it kind of slows you down a little bit. Like Devontae Smith would take that round kind of angle and just keep his speed and momentum going.
You just see the head turn. It's like
Right.
they lead with their head. Like the head turns, looks for the ball.
Yep.
And it's a lot more sudden than like waiting for a move at the top of the route.
Yeah, and if Kenny Galladay provides that, then I mean he's a far better yards of separation guy than a lot of people think. So Ash Money Records, what's going on, man?
Yeah, Miz in here as well. Bark Nasty. We got a
What's
couple
going
people
on,
in here.
Miz?
Levance. I just want to say, because Levance was saying something about a T-shirt. Bro, you still have yet to hit me up because you won the giveaway for a free T-shirt and for a poster. You still got to hit me up, bro, so I could get your information and ship it out to you.
This man's balling like that, man.
Hub was in the Kush was in the stream where I was giving away free Fan Fest tickets, and it was like pulling teeth. Like I'm
exactly. Like, nobody wanted to call in, bro.
Like a giveaway.
Nobody wanted to call.
Bro, for
eventually
me,
I just started like saying like, oh, what's Eric Flowers' number?
Exactly. I don't know if you guys got a chance to catch. I made a whole PowerPoint presentation of trivia, and I was sharing the screen. I did it. I had like probably 9 participants. Levance was one of the guys that was participating through the chat, and he actually got like almost every single question right. And I'm like, oh, you just win. But like, I'm like, yo, you could contact me through my email, which was in the description that night stream. You know what I'm saying? Twitter, Instagram, as long as you contact me, you know what I'm saying? You like, obviously, you're going to need to provide your address for me to ship the thing out. Like, I'll ship it out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. A big place today said Bobby and KB honestly look alike. That's what I said, man. I think he's my son. I don't know.
But guess what, y'all? Paolo over here, bro.
It's all right. K Adams.
Have y'all ever seen Paolo and KB in the same room? Nope.
Our draft night, but our draft night, but that's a different story. Yeah. So I mean, you know, we talked about the matchup. I think all around we pretty much feel good about this, right? I mean, I think this is a good matchup. I don't think anybody's going to be getting blown out on either side.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, man, the biggest, I guess, worry I have is probably the biggest worry I have in every game that the Giants play is the offensive line holding up against the opponent's defense and their edge rushers, man. It's
for me though, it's not even the tackles, it's that left guard spot. And I talked about this.
I'm not even worried. You know what's crazy? I'm not even worried about that.
Let me explain why. Authentic called in last night. We had a great conversation about this on the call-in show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the real reason Andrew Thomas had a bad game, that Patriots game, was because he was overcompensating for Ted Larson playing left guard next to him.
Yeah,
like, he was, and that's still on him. You know, he made the mental decision to say, let me pay more attention over there than on my own guy. But there's a reason he was doing that, because Ted Larson isn't a starting left guard. You know what I'm saying?
Ted
so that's
Larson
why.
Getting his lunch
yeah, but do you really think Andrew Thomas
say?
Oh, no, I think he said Thomas is getting tossed around. But...
No, Ted Larson, bro. Ted Larson was not good. Kenny Wiggins, who we had there like the previous 2 weeks, was not good. Listen, bro, if the guy who's playing left guard, whether it's Shane Lemieux or Ben Bredesen, we don't know yet week 1, if the guy is not stable and average,
that is
like
why
Thomas... It's not even Thomas. The left side is going to suffer, and people are going to blame it on Thomas because he's going to get beat on the outside.
That is the exact reason why. And hear me out on this, because I know this kind of sounds bad in a way for the offensive line as far as the philosophy goes. That's why I wanted to make sure the offensive line was shored up on the left side at least. If we have issues on the right side, then there's issues on the right side, and that's something they have to pay attention to. I didn't like the fact how they switch Will Hernandez to right guard, trying to give the right side some help. But now you have problems on both sides, and that's not good. I wanted to fortify at least one side of the line, and that side would have been the left side, and it's Daniel Jones's blind side, and then have the issues of whatever you have to work on with that right guard spot, or the right side in general, whether it was Parrott and Shane Lemieux, and they're probably developed together, whatever the case may be. But at least Daniel Jones's blind side is covered. Now you got to worry about both sides because, like you said, Andrew Thomas overcompensating and therefore affecting his play. The left guard is probably going to get pushed back because Shane Lemieux is not a great pass blocker. You got Will Hernandez, all right, he's decent, and then you got the right tackle, whoever that right tackle may be, in this case, Nate Solder. You have problems all over the place now. You should have just fortified that left side and then worry about the right side.
I agree with you.
The rest of the season.
Yeah.
Especially because of how Will got slimmer. And I'm not sure if he made the decision like, let me get a bit slimmer because I'm beyond the right, or if he was just like, let me get slimmer for the sake of getting slimmer. But Will looks a lot better. If we had Will on the left, I'd be more comfortable with, Daniel seeing the pressure coming to him if there is pressure coming from the right side. And I mean, let's be honest now, guys. Authentic also just brought up this point in the chat, which is very good. DJ's dropbacks are so big that if he can't step up into the pocket because the left guard is terrible, he's going to stay out really far, and then Thomas is going to get beat on the outside.
And that's why people don't look at the complete game of football. People don't look at the complete, like Nate Solder, when he got here in 2018 and Eli got sacked a bunch, after Eli started stepping up in the pocket, all of a sudden Nate Solder was flawless because Nate Solder routinely lets people get up the field. Mm-hmm. He just lets them get up the field, and he's used to Tom Brady stepping up in the pocket. Right. So if Andrew Thomas just lets people up the field and Daniel Jones is able to step up in the pocket, all of a sudden Andrew Thomas is playing this, this way better game, even though he's doing the exact same thing.
I completely agree with you there. Alex Simpson with the $10 super chat. I appreciate you, man. F in the chat for my guy Alex Simpson.
Listen, bro, Alex, bro. Hey. This ain't water, bro.
He said, best way to get over someone,
bro. This right here,
free, bro.
A shot of that coconut Swarovski, bro.
My
Take
God.
it. Listen, bro.
Listen, man.
There's somebody better out there, bro.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, for sure. Alex said, girl broke up with me today, but I'm good looking, so I'll bounce back. I'm watching the stream tonight to chill. Y'all are clutch. Hey, listen, man, we all been through it. We are well experienced young men here, and so we've all been through some heartbreaks, man. But guess what? We all bounce back. We all
and I'm gonna
you
say
know
this,
what?
bro.
The brotherhood are here for each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, first of all, congrats to Alex for not being a simp, son.
Oh God!
I know that's. I'm about to say something like that. You beat me to it, damn it,
bro.
Kush, I was trying to set something up, dude.
Nah, bro.
I was like,
you gotta strike while the iron's hot.
I was about to say,
man.
at least you ain't a simp, son. That's what I'm about to say. Oh my God.
Oh man. I'm mad that it took me a while to catch on to that.
Oh, now you got the joke that I was making.
Damn it, Kush, you beat me to it. Yvette says,
Walex Wimpson, bro. Yeah,
there
exactly.
You go. W's in the chat, man. W's in the chat. Yeah, the Authentic has some. So, you said all facts, y'all. Great points across the board. Yeah. Appreciate that, Authentic. Yeah, man. Like I said, I actually thought that was their plan going into this offseason. With them talking about Shane Lemieux and Will Hernandez now getting an opportunity to start on the line together, I thought, hey, Will Hernandez is more experienced on that left side. Leave him there and then move Shane Lemieux into a new position and see how he plays there. I thought that was probably the most logical thing to do there. Now, I don't know whose decision at the end of the day to make that was, whether it was Joe Judge or any of the offensive line coaches, Rob Sale in this case. I don't know if that was I don't know who the hell thought about that, but I don't think that was a good idea. And I guess it seems like they're not gonna do what we thought they were gonna do and put Will Hernandez on that left side.
I got a genuine question for y'all, because every time somebody brings this up, they bring it up as a good thing, and I'm like, I guess it can be a good thing, but we got basically 3 offensive line coaches. How do you feel about that? I don't think I've ever asked that. Like, Yo, at some point there is literally a thing where it's like too many dudes working on one thing, and
Too
you
many
got
cooks in the
clashing
kitchen.
philosophies. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, how do you feel about the fact that we technically got 3 offensive line coaches?
You got 5 offensive linemen on the field, so until you get over 5, I'm fine with that.
You're
Every
fine with it?
single
Okay.
One for
every
each
single
guy.
offensive lineman that they've interviewed about that, internal and external, even the offensive linemen that have criticized Joe Judge for no reason, they all think that's a good idea because they can watch each person individually, and they're never really missing a snap.
Hmm.
So I think it's a good idea, and I think some more teams will probably start doing that because it seems like that one-on-one attention is what some offensive linemen need.
To play devil's advocate, do you think there would be some issue with kind of, I guess, philosophy issue? Because every coach, every player has their different philosophies of how they want to get things done. Do you think
Yeah,
things are being taught differently to each other, than when they come together it kind of falls apart? Like I guess the freaking I'm blanking right now, the offensive line coach that we fired.
Columbo,
Mark
Mark
Colombo.
Columbo.
I mean, there was a lot of philosophy issues there with how he was talking to the offensive line. He didn't like how Joe Judge was talking to the offensive line, and like how their teachings were gonna
Yeah,
get conflicting each other. Do you guys think
I
that
don't.
that possibly can be an issue?
I don't think that issue exists now because last year Mark Columbo was given the full reins to be the offensive line coach, and then people were changing what he was doing. They were completely undermining him. So that's why he got upset last year. And after that, Joe Judge just got rid of him. So we had another guy that came in after that, and we didn't have those issues, even though he was known to have issues with every place that he went to. So this year, we have an offensive line coach who's the offensive line coach, and it seems like the assistant offensive line coaches are teaching his philosophy. So I think that that'll stay the same, and a good kind of playing devil advocate to kind of capitalize on your point is that we have a very experienced offensive line coach who's now an assistant. So if things start getting tough, is the older offensive line coach who's won a Super Bowl going to say, "You don't know what you're doing. I'm going to just start teaching them this other kind of way"? We don't know until it happens, but I know at least in the teaching phase and the
Mhm.
off season, it looks like everything in that area is going great. So we'll see how it goes throughout the season.
Hmm.
Yeah, and listen, man. I mean, I'm all for it. I don't really have any negative thoughts towards it. I just know what happened with Mark Colombo's situation. But now that hopefully all those coaches are kind of coming up with a game plan together and trying to see, how things should be taught, and they're not teaching things their own way. But like you said, there's 5 offensive linemen, so as long as it's not more than 5, I'm good. But that being said, is there anything else that really concerns you guys with this matchup with the Broncos here? And we talked about the offensive line and then matching up on those edge rushers. Is there anything else that you guys are kind of worried about going into this?
For me, not really. It's a pretty simple matchup. It's
Mm-hmm.
just as long as our offensive line is average, I got complete faith in my defense. That's all I need. It's pretty simple.
Mm-hmm. Diggy?
Yes, it's all the offensive line. I mean, even if Daniel Jones has pretty much shown you what he is. Uh, I mean, of course, he can still get better, but when he has a clean pocket, Daniel Jones is consistently a good quarterback. Like that's been the same thing his entire career so far. So if he can have a clean pocket, he's going to make a couple of big plays. I think all we need to win this game are a couple of nice plays from Daniel Jones, a couple of key plays from him, and then a couple of big plays where guys are capitalizing just on their own. So I think that it's good that we got Kadarius Toney and Saquon back because if one of those guys can make a couple of huge plays, then I really don't see us having any issues winning this game.
Yeah, now that we talk about it more, I'm like, I think the only issue I really do have is the offensive line and the edge rush. I think I like everywhere else we're matched up. I think Daniel Jones would do a good job. It's like I said, all depends on if his offensive line holds up, and that kind of determines how he'll have his success. But I think we're gonna run the ball efficiently. I think we're gonna I guess hold their run efficiently because they're gonna have to try to run the ball on us as well, and I think that's one of our strong points. Um, Trying to think what else here. I mean, our receivers, we talked about the secondary. Okay, what about their receivers? About with our secondary, do you guys have any worries about that? I mean, they pretty much have they have good receivers, but nobody that really jumps out. I mean, Jerry Judy is probably the most
They have a
explosive
bunch
out of
of
all of them.
receivers that you
Right,
would feel really good about being number 2 receivers.
right.
Now,
I think
Exactly.
Jerry
Cortland Sutton.
Judy,
I think Cortland Sutton is really good. I do.
exactly. I think
Yeah.
he's a really good number. And the thing is, Jerry Judy, I think, can be a number 1, but because of that lack of quarterback play, he hasn't really been able to show that. And we've seen it with Terry McLaurin. We saw it with DeAndre Hopkins. We saw it with Larry Fitzgerald. We saw it with a bunch of other receivers. We saw it with Kenny Golladay. I mean, he was putting up huge numbers with David Blow.
Bro,
I mean, if your name is
Jeff Driscoll, the GOAT, bro. Some of those
And-
bombs he was throwing.
David Blow. Like, if your name is David
yeah.
Blow, you're not a good. You're not good.
You're not a
at
good
most
quarterback.
You're not good,
you
bro.
You're
Just
born to
quit.
be a bad quarterback.
You're not that guy. You're not that guy.
You're not that guy,
pal.
pal.
You're just not that guy.
Anyway,
No, not that guy.
We saw Kenny Golladay doing it with David Blow. So if Jerry Judy hasn't shown that yet, this is his season to show he's a number 1 receiver. I just hope he doesn't capitalize on it this game. Now, I am kind of concerned, a little bit concerned about Darnay Holmes because he got roasted by Sterling Shepard, which is no surprise because Shep is a really good player. He got roasted by Jarvis Landry, which, again, another really good slot player. But, I mean, the way he was getting roasted was ridiculous. But once I saw him getting routed up by Jacoby Myers, I started to kind of feel a little bit concerned. Now,
Yeah.
if Jerry Judy is in that slot,
Oof.
I don't know about that.
Right,
We better start zoning up because I do not trust Darnay Holmes from what I've seen all offseason to be able to stay with Jerry Judy one-on-one in the slot.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I mean, this is something I've noticed even in the regular season in his rookie year. He's a guy that honestly allows the catch, but he has such a good makeup speed that doesn't allow too much yards after catch. His makeup speed is really good. He breaks really good on routes, but for some reason, like these crossers, he has a really tough time with slanting crossers and drag routes. He cannot make a play on those routes at all. And so, it comes to that. And then sometimes he's even been caught holding, pass interference, trying to trying to catch up to them in some way possible. He has the makeup speed. He has all the speed. He has the physical ability. For whatever reason, he cannot just not allow the catch. He can't get any past the defense or anything like that. He allows the catch, but it makes a tackle right afterwards. That's not something that we should be looking forward to. He definitely has to improve on that. I'm glad that you mentioned Darnay Holmes because he's a guy that we had a lot of expectations to go, going into him being drafted. Kush had a cold take saying that he was going to be defensive player of the year.
Listen, bro, he could still be a really, really good cornerback in this league. I'll say this.
I know he can.
You guys are bringing up great points, especially with the Patriots game, but our entire team, even in the joint practices, struggle against the Patriots. I'll just put that out there. The entire offense, our entire defense, struggle against the Patriots in general.
True. On that second day, we bounced back, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Authentic said, question, over under how many games before Eagles fans slowly but surely stop coming to our streams? You know what's funny? I was thinking about this, Authentic, no joke. I was thinking about it every time we're in the stream. I love Bobby. I love all these guys. But, we have a rivalry.
Listen,
and at some point, I don't care. If we're gonna be bad, we're not gonna be worse than the Eagles. I guarantee you that.
Now,
so
KB, I'll tell you this right now, bro.
The whole time.
if we start out the season 3-2 at least, that right there, they're already not coming back, bro. If we start out 3-2, they're not coming back. So.
Oh man, yeah. I was literally thinking about that because, for whatever reason, Eagles fans are so happy. This is probably the worst time to be happy as an Eagles fan, but it seems like this is. Like, it feels like they just won the Super Bowl. That's what it looks like for them. They're so up and giddy about this season. It's ridiculous. I maybe it's the Jalen Hurts stuff. I don't know. But, I mean, slowly but surely, I think you're right, Authentic. I'd say the over-under 5 weeks. 5 weeks. Like
it'll be a lot more. I think Bobby will still be here. He'll just be
Bobby
a lot
and
more
Big
humble.
Play Slayer, they're the homies. They'll still be here.
Yeah,
he'll just be a lot more humble in about 4 weeks.
Yeah, he'll quit the all caps and stuff like that.
He'll come out of all caps.
Yeah, stop the cap, Bobby. You'll stop
Yo,
the cap
Authentic
very,
says
very,
week
very
7.
soon.
He's giving him a bit more time than us.
That's a long
They out
time.
of here.
I'm telling you, in the TTC, back in the day in the TTC, there used to be a
Yeah.
dude named John Ammo's Archives. This dude used to come out every week before week 1, and he would talk all of the trash about how great the Eagles were. He would talk about how the Giants stunk, how the Cowboys stunk, how everybody else stunk, and the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. And if the Eagles won the first game, he will make his pregame video, his postgame video for the next week. As soon as they lost, he would disappear until the next season.
Are you serious?
Every year he did this.
Oh my god, there was a lot of Eagles fans that did that, man. They were very, very emotional. But so Big Play says, man, y'all gonna have 2 wins. Yeah, in
Cap.
2 weeks. In 2 weeks, yeah.
Cap.
You're absolutely right, Big Play Slay. In 2 weeks. But we got Mega Giants 89, an OG in the YouTube space as far as he used to make videos as well. I remember you Mega Giants 89. What's up, bro? He was always a part of my streams and always part of my videos, and even in TTC days when other people were in the TTC. But he says over under 250 passing yards for Daniel Jones this Sunday versus the Broncos.
I'm gonna go under.
Under, all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under.
Yeah.
My explanation, I think we could get the run game going, whether it's with Saquon or without him.
Fair
and
enough.
I think if we get the run game going, we're gonna like literally run them into the ground.
I see Authentic in the chat saying over.
Yeah.
I think Authentic thinks that we're gonna go in there and throw the football a lot more than people think. And I could definitely see us doing that with a guy like Galladay because
Let me put a number to my DJ thing though. I could see him having around 220, 230.
220 something.
Yeah.
The thing is, I wanted to say if it's under, then I feel like we win the game. But at the same time, I've seen DJ lose some games and had bad games where we got blown out or something, and he still didn't have over 250 yards.
Mhm.
So
Right.
I think if he throws for over 250 yards,
That's a good
we win the
sign
game.
for him personally.
I think we win the game if he goes for over 250. Because
I agree with you, yeah.
that means that we actually made some big plays. And I mean, I don't see this team being up by so many points, even with turnovers, that we would have to throw the ball like 50 times.
Mhm.
So I think that will be a legit over 250 yards. So I'm going to say 200. Now, hey, Kush knows this because the last time I made a game prediction with Kayshon Boutte, don't laugh at his name.
Listen,
Last
bro,
time I made it,
that's not Kayshon Boutte, bro. That's Keyshawn Booty. All right.
that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
I will say
the
though,
last time I
this
made
man
one,
Diggy called this man being like a good receiver when he was on the bench, bro.
I said he would have 3 touchdowns, 148 yards, and 8 catches. He ended up having 9 catches, 160 something yards, and 3 touchdowns. So I was pretty close. So I'm going to say that DJ, I'm not going to predict the touchdowns, but I'm going to say he has 278 yards.
278 yards. Oh, that's
I'm
fair.
gonna go directly 40 below that and say 238.
I was gonna say 234. No joke.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. So we're all in somewhat of the right range. My only thing is that we've seen Daniel Jones. I mean, of course, we have to take into account he didn't have the weapons that we have now, right? But too many times Daniel Jones just had a lot of games where he was under 250, under 200, or whatever the case may be. So I still have to. I'm a pretty much. I'll believe it when I see it, guy.
In the chat.
He's going off. He's
Yo,
going
he
off on
says
Bobby.
Yo, that's hilarious because Authentic usually doesn't go off with Eagles fans
Exactly.
in the
This is
streams.
hilarious.
He want the smoke
To
today.
one,
He want the
two,
smoke today.
Just last night we were talking. He was like, "Yo, listen, don't be surprised if Jalen Hurts actually is a little bit good." And I was like,
Exactly.
"All right,
I can't see
every
Jalen
other
Hurts being that
bad.
good.
listen, bro. Exactly, 52% completion percentage. He's speaking facts, bro.
Yeah, hey,
T6, listen." You're
Hey,
right.
it
Last
could go
year
either
we had
way.
one of the worst O-lines in the league, bro. But listen, man, ain't nobody stacking the box when Galladay and Saquon is out there like they were stacking the box against us 99% of the time.
I mean, think about
Imagine
they're all
every
healthy,
time you
man.
throw the ball, there's a 50-50 shot of it being completed. Him throwing a slant route is a 50-50 ball.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! And hey, man, that's freaking that's what the. You know what's funny? the Eagles run systems like that. They run a lot of like bubbles and screens and short passes. How the hell do you manage to only get 50% of your 50% of your passes with slants and bubbles, dude? A freaking bubble. We'll see what happens this year. I mean, did they really acquire anybody? I mean, Devontae Smith, of course.
Devontae Smith.
Yeah. Besides him, though, that's what I'm saying. It's like, did they really acquire anybody that's going to just flip that
whole
whole
offense around? They got rid of Travis Fulgham.
Yo, they got rid of their best receiver from last year, bro. That man led the team in receiving.
He disappeared. And they were labeling Travis Fulgham as the next best receiver in the league, and now he's not even on their roster.
You know what's funny? I mean, shout out to my guy, Philly 500.
Yo, awesome. Highlight authentic, bro. This is hilarious. I'm loving it.
This dude, Byron, talking like the Eagles won 11 games last season. Them both lost.
Exactly, bro.
And then they won their
I love it. I love it, bro.
No,
coming at his throat.
I'm telling you, this is why as a kid, I literally I'm just getting out of this as an adult, and I'm like, I can't hate the entire city of Philadelphia. That's just messed up. But this is why I used to not like Philly as a kid.
Nah, bro, I hate the entire city, bro.
I've really noticed that they thrive off of negativity like that.
Yo, you know that meme from that documentary, bro?
I have that say. They thrive off of negativity because they did not have this kind of energy until they tanked that game, and they saw the reaction that we gave them.
Yeah, exactly.
Once they tanked that game, it was like they just won a Super Bowl, and they were like,
"Yeah, we kept you guys out of the playoffs."
Exactly.
They freaking kamikaze their season.
They've been on a high ever since they just tanked that game, and they feel better about this Eagles team than Eagles teams that were actually projected to be good.
Right. That's what I said. They're acting like this is the season. This is like the 2018 season where after the 2017 season they won the Super Bowl. Like they're acting like it's like that. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And like King Tone said, they tied with the Bengals while AJ Green was literally tanking games. AJ Green was throwing those games away. I saw what he was doing to Joe Burrow.
They tied with the Bengals, bro. They tied with the Bengals. Like nobody could win that game if they tried. I watched that
Daniel
game.
Daniel Jones was about to win that game on one leg. He was if he could have stayed in that game and won on one leg. I believe that.
And we won that game with Daniel Jones leaving that game.
Exactly.
So,
because we brought up the Eagles, bro, we're gonna get to them. But what you guys think about the Washington Chargers matchup week 1?
I think the Chargers are gonna stop.
That's a tough one.
I'm sorry. I think the Chargers are gonna stomp them.
You gotta also remember. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, my bad. I was just saying, think about it. The Chargers defense usually gets worse as the season goes on. That's because they lose a lot of their guys. Derwin James can't finish the season, but Derwin James and all these other guys on their defense cannot finish the season for whatever reason is. So usually week 1, their defense is pretty damn good, and I expect them to be that. I don't think Washington's offense can go blow for blow with Herbert, right? Even though everybody likes to talk about Washington's defense, guys, we're Giants fans. We're Giants fans. We hear talk about Washington's defense every single year. Okay, their front seven hasn't been different. Besides Chase Young and freaking what's his name? Sweat.
Mm-hmm.
Besides Montez Sweat and Chase Young, those are the only 2 new additions. Even Sweat has been on the team for a couple years. Their team has been the same for years. Their defense has been the same for years. They always get hurt, and they're always inconsistent. I don't give a damn what they look like on paper. They're not going to be as good as everybody says they are. They think a lot of people are thinking they're going to be the number 1 defense this year. That's crazy.
I think the Washington hype has gotten out of control.
It is.
They have an elite pass rush. They might have the best pass rushing defensive line in the entirety of the league. But how are you going to pass rush when you're down 14 to 20 points because Ryan Fitzpatrick just threw a couple of pick sixes?
We were talking about imagine you're throwing the ball and there's a 50-50 chance it's completed with Ryan Fitzpatrick, bro. Yeah, imagine you're throwing a ball, it's a 50-50 chance it's gonna get picked off.
It's actually more of a chance it could get intercepted.
Exactly.
And the thing is, they haven't shown to me that they could stop the run yet. They really have not shown me yet.
That's another thing.
Bro. Anytime we match up against them, we kill them in the run, bro.
Oh my God! You remember Saquon? I think was it his rookie year, or maybe it wasn't. Or maybe
it was bro. It was both.
He ran 14 times for 170 yards and didn't even play the whole game. He was like, "I'm done."
Saquon would have broken the rushing record. It's no doubt in my mind.
He killed
And
that
the thing
dude.
is, like,
Oh god.
they have a lot of pass rushing talent, but they're built up for the pass. But
Right.
they don't have it's pretty much Ryan Fitzpatrick. If Ryan Fitzpatrick can get them leads, then yeah, they could possibly have the best defense in the league. But they have to first off show that they can stop the run, and second of all show that Fitzpatrick cannot lose them games. And then as far as them against the Chargers, the only reason that I could give them any kind of leg up on the Chargers is that Justin Herbert is a young quarterback who hasn't played in a hostile environment against an elite pass rush because there were no fans last year. Right. So that could be one factor. But other than that, I think if Herbert can get up a couple of scores, they're not going to just find their way back into the game. And Joey Bosa is still on that roster. They have stars on that defense. I don't know if there's anybody across from Bosa anymore because Melvin Ingram is gone.
Yeah, let me check that out.
But I feel like they took somebody in the last couple of years, but I know Joey Bosa by himself is enough to take over a game.
Yeah, I remember Uchenna Nwasu.
Yeah.
He's
they got the homie Kyler Fackrell over there as well. And
Fackrell. That's a good complimentary piece to somebody like Bosa.
Yeah.
Like Fackrell by himself as the number one edge rusher for us was getting pressure. So.
And they drafted Chris Rumpf. So, I mean, he's a rookie.
Yeah, I don't know what he'll do as a rookie, but
yeah.
I
like Uchenna Nwasu is a guy I really wanted a couple of years ago. So I'm glad he's starting now. But yeah, he's damn good. So, I think the Chargers are going to give them room for their money. I don't like the Washington football team this year. And, you got guys like even on the offensive side of the football, guys get hurt on there. Austin Eckler, he might not even play this game. Keenan Allen is a guy that gets hurt throughout the season. I mean,
but at the beginning of the season, they're usually strong.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Chargers always get hit later on in the season with injuries. Joey Bosa is one of them too. I'm trying to even look at more. I don't know if Kenneth Murray played all his seasons too. Nasir Adderley is a guy that gets hurt too. So, I mean, you got a bunch of guys that get hurt on that entire team. I expect them to play to their full potential by week 1 because all their players are on the field, or at least close to that. But
another thing that could make them lose or make them have any kind of trouble is that they did improve their offensive line to a point where I think their line is going to be really good, but they definitely don't have the chemistry of a line that's been together for a while. So that could be another weakness. But it's just pretty much this. Washington is going to go into every game expecting their team.
Did you see what Lucas just said?
Yeah, I'm not highlighting
That's hilarious. Yo, Lucas, you good, my guy? I got you, bro. But that was hilarious.
This man in his bag right now. Oh my god.
Okay, continue. I'm sorry. That caught me way off guard, bro.
Yeah, that was crazy because that was out of left field there. But
oh boy. Anyway, I think Washington is going to go into every game expecting their pass rush to win them games. And it's just all going to be about if they can get into – imagine the Colts. Imagine Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis if they never had leads. I mean, it's a completely different story. So we'll see. We'll see. I can't really project it either way.
And another thing, too, Washington's offensive line is not great, I don't see it as anything special. Let me pull it up right now.
At the same time, I don't think they're about to get murdered by the Chargers.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I don't think they're going to be extremely terrible either. But you got Charles Leno. You got Charles Leno, who's a former tackle from the Chicago Bears. He was average at best or below average tackle at best.
That's good enough, bro. That's good enough.
He was not very good. Wes Schweitz, I don't know who he is. Chus Roulier, okay, that's fine. Brandon Scherf, he's always freaking hurt. And then Sam Cosmi, the rookie right tackle. Now, it has potential, but I don't think it's going to be great. A lot of people are talking about, remember last year with Daniel Jones, even though he was, on and off, the offensive line really affected his play. That could be the same case with Ryan Fitzpatrick. I know Ryan Fitzpatrick can move a little bit, but if he gets pressure under pressure, he's going to be forced to make bad throws. Like everybody is like so hyped about the Washington football team, but not seeing the weaknesses, the clear weaknesses. They have the Washington football team being the first team to repeat in the NFC East since 2004, 2003 or something like that. I mean, they have they have them pretty much on a unanimous level. I mean, everywhere I look, they have Washington winning.
I would say I see Washington and then like I saw Washington all off season, and now I'm seeing the Cowboys and Washington like 50-50. So I just think in general, you good, man?
Kush, you good? You just did a line of coke? Did you just do a line of coke?
No, what?
Dude, I saw his head like this. Like that. I was like, yo, this man just took a hit. This man really just took it.
Nah. Yo, chill.
It's crazy.
I don't have access to that, bro.
I don't have access to.
This is not Oregon.
That's not how you want to answer that question.
The answer is no.
My plug's on vacation, bro.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, I just see Washington as just. I think they're getting a little bit overrated, and I think. I don't know. There's some parts of their team, like their receiving core, that I think is underrated because I think.
Oh, can we talk about it for a second? I think the receiving core is kind of overrated, at least based on what I see off of Twitter. The other day, I got into an argument with somebody because they said Diami Brown is about to be the best rookie wide receiver out of the class, and that he's better than Kadarius. They're overhyping Diami Brown, bro.
I don't know, but I think Diami Brown is a good fit for what they have there, and I think he's going to be used more than Kadarius Toney his first year, and I think him as your third receiver. I saw him as being a day one second receiver in the NFL. So I think if he's your third receiver and you have McLaurin, who I think is a bona fide number one, and Curtis Samuel, who I think is a high number two, I think they have three good really receiver like.
Well, to start off, we're talking about start off week one, right? Curtis, he's not looking like he's about to play.
Yeah, he might not play week one though.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't. It's tough. But Diami Brown, I think is going to be a good player though.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we do think that the Chargers are going to win that game week one, right?
Yeah.
So what do you guys?
I mean, we're not. Yeah,
Cowboys, Bucks. I mean, is there any shot in hell?
I apologize,
I'm really concerned about Dak. I'm really concerned about Dak, and I'm no joke. Like the dude threw his back out, and I'm not trying to be funny at all. Like he threw his back out.
Like, you start laughing, bro. How can you say you're not trying to be funny? Then he chuckles, bro.
Because it just sounded funny after I said it. But
okay,
he threw his back out coming back from that injury, and I'm a fan of Dak Prescott just as a football fan. So him coming back from that. And then getting another injury after that, I feel like they really need to let him rest because it seems like he's just a couple of plays away from another big problem.
Yeah, I think they need back. He had a rare baseball injury. That's pretty much what he had.
It's because he's throwing completely with his upper body instead of using that injured leg. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's gonna be an issue. I mean, do you guys have any doubt that the Bucks are gonna handle them tomorrow?
Bro, if the Bucks don't handle them, I don't know how I'd feel.
Cowboys fans are going to go nuts if they win that game.
Bro, what time is it? 8 o'clock or 8:30?
8:30.
8:30, I think.
8:30. Nah, if they win that game, yeah, Cowboys fans are not going to shut up until they're like.
You're going to see Skip Bayless. You're going to see Skip Bayless on Undisputed with his jersey on, saying, "How about them Cowboys?"
Bro, they're really not going to shut up until they're mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. Because they will always say, we beat the Super Bowl champ.
One thing I will say that does scare me is that the Bucks had a slow start last year. I know this is their first time with Tom Brady. They had a slow start last year against the Saints, and they looked terrible versus the Saints. What that game was, like 24-3 or something like that?
But the Saints also had like a top 3 defense last year, and it was no offseason, and it was a new team. So yeah, I don't think that's the thing.
And then finally, Falcons versus Eagles. This is literally a battle of what's going to be two of the worst teams in the league, bro.
I think that's a pick'em game. I really do.
Yeah.
I think I was watching. Shout out to Sports Live in the ATL. He's like a TTC member.
Sleeta.
That dude's a character, man.
Yeah, he is.
I commented on his video. I was saying that the Falcons offense, along with Matt Ryan, I feel like their defenses are about the same. So I think that Matt Ryan is going to be better at scoring points and I think he has a little bit more weapons that I'm confident in to be able to score more points than the Eagles. And I don't think that Hurts is equipped at this point to get into a shootout with Matt Ryan.
Yo,
with
big
what
play
they have
Slay.
over
Watch
there.
him out, bro. Aren't you like 6? Calm down. I don't think your mom gave you permission to use that word.
What did he say?
Oh boy.
What did he say? I didn't even know what he said.
Oh, he's like, the Giants aren't that much better than anyone else. Holy hell.
That's how you know he's a kid, the way he said that.
I heard my mom say it. But yeah, as far as that I honestly think the NFC East, if the Giants were to lose, the NFC East could go 0-4. If the Giants,
Opening
if there's
week one?
if there's one team that's gonna come out of week 1, I think it would be the Giants.
I would say if I had to pick, and I just said like only one team, and I was like not a fan of the Giants, I would probably pick the Eagles because the Falcons have been a complete disaster for a while. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles beat them.
What do you think of what Marjorie says? Our defense has to improve on allowing passing touchdowns. Were we really that bad with allowing passing touchdowns? I don't think we were that bad.
I haven't seen the stats, but I mean,
I'll have to look at the stats. But
if you look at the points per game, we didn't give up that much. I mean, as long as we're not giving up
points in
a
general,
bunch of points per game, I don't really care what we give up. I mean,
you know what we need, Marjorie? We need more passing touchdowns. That's what we need.
That's what we need. We need
more than 11 passing touchdowns.
Because if I'm not mistaken, we were only allowing like 19 points a game or 18 or 17.
Yeah, it was right around there. That's why our defense was considered one of the best. Our scoring.
If we can get 25 a game, I mean that wins us a couple of more games last year. So if we can just average somewhere around that, which I think is like in the middle of the league, a really good defense, that's going to get you to 9 to 10 wins. So we just have to score points.
Yeah, that's flat out what it is. Guys, we're running almost at 11 o'clock. We're going to take these 10 to 15 minutes to answer you guys' questions. You guys
I got another question for y'all.
Oh, go ahead.
How do you think our rushing defense is going to fare tomorrow? I guess this is the question related to Dalvin Tomlinson now, and BJ Hill and stuff is gone. How do you think Austin Johnson and Danny Shelton, you guys, how do you think them two are going to go?
Oh, Austin Johnson and Danny Shelton. I think they'll be fine. Run, in that rotation run stuff for each other. I'm very interested to see if one of them is going to outplay the other and get majority of the snaps, because I don't know if they're just going to be rotating constantly, trying to fill in for Dalvin Tomlinson. I don't really know how that's going to work because they're pretty much like the same freaking player. So it's like, how do you even rotate that? Because it's not like one has different skill set than the other. They pretty much do the same thing. So I'm interested to see how they're going to use those two guys. But I mean, I still like them where they're at.
Yeah. I already have just come to the conclusion that we took a step back at the nose tackle spot. I mean, Dalvin Tomlinson to me was, not only did he stop the run there and was a plugger, he also consistently got into the backfield almost on every play, which was ridiculous. And I don't understand. I mean, we're not going to replace that, but I think Shelton is going to be the actual plugger that we can just stick there, and he's not going to allow much. Austin Johnson, I'm not as confident in, but I do think that he has more of an opportunity to get more into the backfield than Danny Shelton does. But the two guys on either side of them is going to make things a lot easier. So I'm not really worried about that.
Yeah, I mean, because like I said, I don't really know. I like Danny Shelton. I guess I would say, just because of his resume and his experience, I like Danny Shelton better. But for whatever reason, on the depth chart, it has Austin Johnson starting over him. So it's like, I don't really know how they're going to use these two players in rotation, because like I said, it's like the same player. So I don't know. I like Danny Shelton better, but I don't know if he's going to get any playing time. That's the thing. So
I'll say this: big play Slay getting in his feelings. OD. I don't think any of us predicted us to go to the Super Bowl or anything, but just because we all said we think we're gonna win week one.
Week one against a middle of the league team.
He's tired, bro.
Week one against the Broncos, who I even said it in my preview video. You guys are gonna see tomorrow. The Broncos are right around where we are at as a whole, as a team in the NFL, bro.
It's pretty much the exact same
even
team.
matchup. Yeah, they're very, very similar. Exactly.
Except we have a better running back and a quarterback that's
They have a
younger
better O
with
line. We got a
skill.
better running back. They have a set quarterback. We have no idea what's going to happen with our quarterback. Those are your main differences right there.
Right. Eagles are definitely gonna win against ATL. Well, this comes from a Saints fan, so he doesn't want ATL to win. It looks like T6. What's going on, man? Falcons are trash. Are they still being Philly fan? They still being the Philly Lions? Okay. Wait, the Philly Lions. Do they have a lot of Lions players?
I don't know.
They got big
Speaking of the
plays,
Lions, bro.
big
Yo,
plays.
so Lions, Texans, yo, those are probably going to be the two worst teams in the league. Then you got like the Eagles and Falcons right after, bro.
Right. Oh,
I feel like the
Yeah.
Texans' only chance to get a win this entire season is week 1 against a rookie quarterback in Jacksonville. That's their only chance.
oh wow.
The
Yeah.
second time they play Trevor Lawrence, he's going to be better than what he is now. So this
That's
is their
true.
chance to get a win.
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell is their quarterback? Tyrod Taylor? Oh my
I
god.
feel so bad for him. And he's been in the worst situations ever his entire career.
Dude, he chooses to be he freaking
I mean,
goes
but
Be a-
what other
freaking
choices does he have?
trash.
Like, he just wants to be a starter.
Oh, man. I can't I like Tyrod Taylor. I'm sure he's a great guy. I just can't stand his play style. I can't stand it. 150
it's
yards
just-
a game. 150 yards. He doesn't throw any picks though. But he doesn't throw
Last
I
year,
don't give a
though, he
damn.
got like a punctured lung and then lost his job because the trainer
Dude,
messed up.
that was a sabotage.
That was a
That
screw
was
job,
so sabotage, bro. They said, dude, I need you to do something. Justin Herbert has to play. Justin Herbert has to play. Because listen, man, I don't like I said, the Texans are gonna get no yards. Brandon Cooks is gonna be freaking starving for yards, dude.
I'm like,
Bro,
I'm like,
I've been
all
telling
these people
everybody
are-
to pick up Brandon Cooks in fantasy, bro. Not that many people listen to me. He's going
What
to
are
be
you
taking
ta-
all the
Don't-
catches, bro.
It
Don't
doesn't
pick
matter.
up
He's gonna
Brandon
get 20
Cooks,
yards a
man.
game because listen, look at how
Bro,
much
He's about to be
hold
the
on.
only
Kush,
receiver over there.
Kush, look how many yards Tyrod Taylor throws in per game in his career with every team. It's like 150 yards per game, dude. He throws nothing.
Guess what?
I could throw for 150
Guess
yards.
what, bro?
a game.
Guess what? 90 to 120 of those are going to Brandon Cooks alone.
So you think it's gonna be straight PPR for him because he's not getting it. Listen, if Brandon Cooks is the only guy who's getting open, they just have to play Brandon Cooks. That's it. They just gotta
We'll
guard
see.
Brandon Cooks.
I feel like Brandon Cooks is going to be guarded like they guarded Calvin Johnson in 2000. Whenever he broke the record. That's how
Yeah.
they're going to guard Brandon Cooks, and he's not gonna
be like Calvin Johnson.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
take any person on the Houston Texans to do anything this year.
I'll tell you
Definitely.
what. DeAndre Hopkins got out of there by the skin of his teeth, bro. He got out of there.
But DeAndre Hopkins would have still been putting up 1,200 yards with this.
Yeah, but think about it
That's
with
the crazy
freaking
thing.
Tyrod Taylor. Oh God, I couldn't do it. As a true starter, Tyrod Taylor.
By the way, shout
is
out to Justin.
right
Clement
around
in chat.
200 yards a game for 4 years straight. See, that's what I'm saying. Right around 200 yards a game. You got to be freaking kidding me. And he doesn't throw any picks. Okay, all right. Didn't throw any picks. I miss Brandon Cooks. I feel like every team that had Brandon Cooks, and he's been with a lot of teams, miss Brandon Cooks. That's the only thing I'll agree on with Kush. Brandon Cooks is going to be a legit bet. No, he's not. That Texas
we'll see.
offense is going to suck. They can't. Who are they going to run the ball with? Mark Ingram and Philip Lindsay? Come on, man.
Oh boy.
Come on, man. They got nobody back there. They're going to stack. Oh my gosh. They don't need to stack the box. They just play freaking prevent defense. Will do the trick. But yeah, guys, make sure you guys put your questions down below as we finish this up. Got 40 people in the chat. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like button. And if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe to these two guys down below. The links are in the description down below, Diggy and the Hub. So yeah, we got big content coming your way, guys, especially with this season starting up. I like Tyrod Taylor. Phil Lindsay was a good rookie. Yes, Phil Lindsay. Remember when everybody said not everybody, but mostly Denver Broncos fans were trying to say Philip Lindsay was better than Saquon because they both were rookies and they had not even similar numbers, but like similar rushing numbers, I think. But not even close in receiving numbers at all.
I'm not going to address that.
Remember those
I like
days?
Philip Lindsay, so I'm not going to address that. I don't want to hurt. I don't want to disrespect.
I like Philip Lindsay too, but it's just like, damn, and he gets hurt a lot. Big play.
If he was able to stay healthy, yeah.
Now, Kid Green will not be making an appearance this year. I know that for sure. Because the only time Kid Green comes out is when I have to root for you guys So for the Giants' benefit. And I have a feeling that you guys will not have any impact in the Giants' future at all. So I'm not worried about that whatsoever. Yeah, Kid Green, a big place lady. I guess you haven't been on the channel long enough, man. Kid Green's is a character on this channel. On the set, we haven't seen Hub.
Oh,
check
his lights, man. Check his lights.
Justin,
Don't worry.
Justin in the building.
Check his lights.
Yeah,
y'all want to share screen and check my likes right now?
This man
do it, KB.
We don't want to get this stream demonetized, man. We don't want to get this stream demonetized.
Nah, I'm just saying it will disprove everything that you guys.
No, notice he got close to the computer because he's deleting his likes. Like, he's like,
you can see my hands are here, bro. My hands are right here, bro. Pull up right now, KB.
I will admit, Kush, your.
I mean, I don't have to look for him. I see them pop up on my feed, man.
Listen, Digge is talking pure cap. Pull up, bro.
No, you're right, Kush. You're right.
Yeah,
bro.
no, just pull it up for the people to see, bro. Share the screen, go into my likes. Well, first share screen, then go into likes.
Let me go on Twitter through the website.
Listen, bro, it's about to be nothing there, bro. Digge, why are you going and looking at my likes, bro? Why is this man going right now and looking at my likes, bro?
Let me see here. Don't tell me you already found one, Digge.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
What is that?
It's what you liked.
What are you talking about, bro? Bro, that's my friend.
He already failed.
She tweeted something funny.
He already failed the mission.
Bro, that's Daddy DeVito, bro. That's a meme. That's Daddy DeVito. You can't tell me you don't know Daddy DeVito,
Oh,
bro.
look at the green screen.
That's Mike Wazowski. You can't tell me you don't know Mike Wazowski.
We're gonna go back right now. We're gonna share screen right now. Hold on. We're gonna go on this adventure together, guys.
Oh boy.
Not video file. Share screen. Chrome tab. Twitter. All right, you guys see what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
All right, let's go through the hubs. Let's go through our weekly thing of the hubs Twitter feed here. Let's see. Oh, that's down bad. Okay, that's not.
That's not down bad. Go back and read it.
Okay, I seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, but whose profile is this, buddy?
I don't know.
Huh? She has a private page. Interesting.
She does?
All right. I mean, at least they're not pictures, but I mean, his activity is still there.
Say up, look worry.
No, I don't, bro.
Oh, scroll back up.
This man is sweating.
This how
This man is sweating. Where am I going? Keep going up?
Oh, no, I was just saying that picture of him sweating. That's how he was looking.
No, I don't. Yo, even Authentic says, look, wait, this is cap, bro. There's nothing compromising so far.
Oh my god!
I mean, that's because you like 70 posts today to bury this stuff.
I know, that's what you do. He just likes it all up to be like, hey, yeah, check my recents. Interesting.
That's just a dude living life, bro.
Man, nobody likes this many posts in one day, man.
Why'd you?
That was September 5th, Digge. That was September 5th.
Hey, Kush, what was the meaning of this, man?
Bro, read the tweet. Just read the tweet. That's why I retweeted, because I agreed with what the tweet said, bro.
Interesting. I've been
scrolling for like 5 minutes, and I'm only 1 day in.
It's September 6th now. God. It was funny. We always do an audit on Kush's Twitter. This is kind of cool, though.
Mm-hmm.
Them filming the Rise of the Beasts. Let's see.
Yeah.
Man.
But like I said,
okay, bro, that's RJ Barrett, bro. You can't hate.
I know, I get it.
He out there with the firm grasp, bro.
Yo, Kush is right on that line where he mixes down bad with sports and thinks it's like perfect. It blends in just fine. It's still sports, guys. I like that, Kush. I like that.
Uh-oh. I found something tough. That's
what? Wait, in my likes or in my tweets, bro? Which one?
I can't put that on my stream. I'll try to find it.
Yeah. I can't put that on the stream.
What's the date?
Man.
What's the date? You know the date?
It was 3 days ago.
Oh, did I already pass it?
September 5th.
No, he said in my likes, bro. I don't know if you should.
Oh, no.
Exactly. You shouldn't. You're going to get demonetized.
But as for my tweets, don't do it.
Oh, I like to
That's
be
what I said, man.
That's Daddy DeVito, bro. And Mike Wazowski.
I just got demonetized. I think Kush is anticipating this Addison Ray.
No, I retweeted the corn tweet, bro.
It's Kush right now. It's Kush right now.
What are you talking about? All right, that's Gabrielle Union. You can't hate.
Gabrielle. I know Gabrielle Union. Okay, pregnant lady. All right. It said 3 days. Oh, damn! Only 10 hours in. This man be
That's what I'm
liking
saying. Look how many
everything,
posts he likes so he
This
could bury
man's
it.
always on Twitter.
There's nothing.
Oh, that's pretty-
Diggy,
that's
is
pretty
it safe
fire.
to show, bro? I can't remember.
I'm telling you, don't show it, man.
Yo, stop, bro.
I like to live on the edge.
Yo, he told you to stop, bro. Yo, shout out to Jeff
Megan
Hardy,
Fox. Megan Fox.
No, it probably won't get demonetized, but it will be on the border of it.
It'll be a glance.
bro. Bro, look at all this football stuff, bro. What are y'all
very,
talking
very
about,
football,
bro?
very football centric. Very football centric.
Man, Kush is the only dude that I've seen
Is
like
it not
regular
this?
pictures of OnlyFans people.
Bro, it says Halo
How you just
Infinite,
like
bro.
regular everyday
It says,
pictures of
hold on.
people?
You did
Yeah,
it
go
said
back.
Halo Infinite. Oh my god.
It's coming out
Kush,
this year,
stop
not a
it.
chance, bro. The
Stop
question
it.
was, would I give up video games? And I'm like, nah.
Oh,
Oh,
no
man.
simp. Not a simp. That's right.
I just saw one of them posts where they said hi, say it back. I'm just glad
Is
you
it
didn't say
this?
hi back, man.
Shout out,
No,
shout
no.
out.
It's
That's
not.
the Bay, bro. That's Bay.
It's down further.
Down further. Damn. this
Yo,
man Diggy
chat,
was
I
doing
just
his
want to say
research.
the amount of scrolling that's happening, I am normal, bro.
You're
Alright?
not, but this is only a couple of days ago, because that's not normal.
No, I'm talking about for what you guys are looking for.
Freckles. Let's
Oh,
see.
you're getting close to it.
Yo,
I'm
why are we
gonna help
playing-
you.
Why are we playing the hot
There
and
it is,
cold
right
game,
there.
bro?
There it is. Wish
you
I-
actually, you can.
Oh
actually see
damn!
some stuff
Oh man!
popping
Oh
up.
man! Kush is caught again. Kush is going one more glance and that's
This
it.
is
All right,
cap,
guys.
bro. This is cap. There was
It's
like
cap?
one post in there, bro, out of like
I'm
562,
telling you,
bro.
man.
There was like one post, all football, all memes, bro. That's my page.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
All
That's
football,
hilarious.
all memes.
Yep.
Oh man. Except the occasional nip slip, but you know,
You know,
occasionally it's all right.
you know that happened on accident. She didn't see that when she posted it.
You know, I wasn't the dude on here tonight that said Dak threw his back out, okay? That was Diggy. Diggy said Dak threw his back out.
He did.
Oh man.
He literally threw the ball and his back went with it, man. I'm
Yo,
telling you.
shout out to Marjorie, bro.
Nothing
Shout
wrong,
out to
Kush.
Marjorie, bro.
Marjorie,
There's nothing wrong.
nothing's
There's
wrong
nothing
with it. I mean,
wrong
that's
with it.
manly nature, but I mean, we're just making fun of Kush. That's all. We're just clowning on Kush. It's all good.
And Justin out here, the instigator.
Yeah, my work is done. Goodbye.
My work is done. He's out,
Oh,
bro.
man.
He's done.
He extended the stream a good 10 minutes, man.
He did. He did. All right, guys. We're probably gonna wind up calling this quits here, but appreciate you guys joining in the chat. Calvin, Calvin, appreciate the $5 super chat. Nice work, Kush. Nice.
Listen, yo, shout out to Calvin, bro. He local Arizona fan,
man.
member, just a cool
Yes,
dude all
sir.
around.
Yes,
Listen.
sir.
Highlight Authentics comment real quick.
Let's see.
Who says I don't have a burner account?
Oh, I wouldn't want to
I
see
wouldn't
what you
doubt
like
it.
on that one, man.
Bro,
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I wanna
First
see
of all, second of all, this is entertainment, bro. The hub as a brand for YouTube. Read my YouTube description, bro. It's
so it's all
entertainment.
it's
you know
all
what I'm saying?
strategy. It's all
It-
strategy.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Part of
Oh,
it
yeah.
is strategical, bro.
That's
Yeah.
nice. That's nice. Listen, man, how you gonna poison a pure soul like Paul Latino? Him seeing that kind of stuff on there, man.
You know, like, come on.
Oh,
man.
no, he doesn't follow me. So
Yeah, but if he was looking through your stuff, you know, he was interested in,
I don't
in
think he was about to be
collaborating.
looking. I don't
You
think he's
just
going that
Think
deep in my
about this.
life.
When
No,
did
he
you
did
ask
that.
him? When did you ask him to collaborate, Kush?
You see
Around the
authentic
same
comment?
time you liked that damn photo. What if he saw that and was like, "Oh my god!" And that
He said
like,
Kush's
goddamn-
burner account is a link to the other. Oh, man.
Nah, my burner account is vile, bro. I'm never showing that.
Damn.
Yeah,
Well, there you
I don't
have it,
wanna
guys.
see it,
It,
man.
it has been confirmed. It has been confirmed. Calvin, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Before this gets any more loopier, guys, we gotta go. But that being said, good luck to the Giants. Diggy, thank you so much for coming on here, man. Appreciate you. Always a pleasure having you on the show. Kush, you know what it is. Kush, you know what it is. But
Check out the hype vid and the skit that came out
yeah,
today, guys.
check
I
out
dropped
the
2
two
back-to-back for
videos.
y'all.
Yeah, check out the 2 videos that
Yeah.
Kush dropped. Diggy, any final last
I'm
words?
gonna go check out that vid now that he just put up before here. But I got just the regular pregame preview coming out tomorrow, and then I have all of the games already recorded. Both of those videos, all of the games for Week 1 with the spreads, giving my picks for those. Other than that, just waiting to see Week 1.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Authentic with the nice, appreciate that. Dope show. Appreciate that, man. Hype vid was epic. It was very epic. So that being said, guys, thank you guys for tuning in for episode 63 of the Young Guns podcast. And we will see you guys next week.
All right.